Английский на слух для начинающих.
That day began slowly and calmly, as if the world itself decided not to hurry. The sun softly lit the streets, not blinding the eyes, but filling everything with warm light. The family left the house without any rush, feeling that this day was special. It was not just an ordinary trip to buy food, but a moment meant to be lived slowly. The air was filled with morning city smells, mixed with a light, gentle breeze. They walked side by side, sometimes looking at each other, sometimes staying silent. But this silence was not empty. It was full of peace and closeness. Each step brought them closer to the old market, full of life and colors. The road felt familiar, yet somehow new, as if something beautiful was waiting for them. In that moment, they were simply together, and that was enough.
When they entered the market, the world around them suddenly changed. The sounds became louder, the colors brighter, and the air more alive. People were talking, laughing, and walking between the market stalls. The mother walked slowly, holding a woven basket in her hands. She looked carefully at the fruits, enjoying every small detail. She loved places like this, full of real life and simple beauty. The smell of fresh fruit and warm bread filled the air around her. She breathed deeply and felt calm and happy inside. For her, this moment was like a small holiday. She did not want to hurry or think about anything else.
The father stopped near a fruit stall full of bright colors. Oranges, apples, and grapes were lying in neat piles. He picked up a bunch of grapes and looked at it carefully. He wanted to choose the freshest and best fruit for his family. He gently pressed the grapes and smiled. The seller looked at him and smiled back. They exchanged a few simple words. There was no rush, only respect and kindness. In this small conversation, there was warmth and trust. It was a simple moment, but it felt important.
The children stood nearby and looked around with curious eyes. Everything felt new and exciting to them. The market looked like a magical place full of surprises. Bright fruits, baskets, lights, and people were everywhere. One child slowly reached for the oranges. Another child held fresh bread with great care. They smiled and laughed quietly. Their happiness was simple and pure. They felt safe and loved. This moment stayed deep in their hearts.
The seller was a kind and friendly man. His voice was calm, and his smile felt warm and honest. He talked about the fruits with love and care. He offered them to taste and shared small stories. People around him felt comfortable and relaxed. The market did not feel rushed in this place. It felt like people had time for each other. This was more than selling and buying. It was a moment of human connection, and it made the day feel warmer.
The family continued walking slowly between the stalls. Sometimes they stopped, sometimes they just watched. They talked about small and simple things. They laughed and shared quiet moments. There was no stress and no hurry. Time felt slower and softer. Everyone felt present in the moment. No one looked at the clock. Nothing else seemed important. Being together was enough.
Around them, the market was full of life. People walked by with bags and baskets. Some talked loudly, others smiled quietly. There were many sounds, voices, and footsteps. The market never stopped moving. But inside the family, everything felt calm. They felt protected in their small world. The noise around them did not disturb them. It felt natural and comforting, like life flowing as it should.
The baskets slowly became full of fruit. Oranges, apples, grapes, and bananas were placed inside. Each fruit was chosen with care. These were not just simple purchases. They were signs of care and love. They thought about dinner and time together at home, about conversations at the table, about warmth and comfort. Simple things carried deep meaning, and that made them special.
The sun slowly began to go down. The light became softer and warmer. Shadows grew longer on the ground. The family stopped for a moment and looked around. The market was still alive and busy, but something felt complete. There was a feeling of peace inside, a quiet sense of happiness. They felt thankful for this simple day. Some moments do not need words.
They left the market slowly, without rushing. No one wanted the moment to end too fast. Everyone felt warm inside. The day gave them something quiet and valuable. Not big events, but true feelings. They knew moments like this build real life. Simple days become the best memories because they are filled with love and time spent together. That is what truly stays in the heart.
Если видео было полезным, поддержите нас лайком и комментарием, подписывайтесь на наш канал и продолжайте улучшать свой уровень английского языка.